Good morning. My name is Kate Shanneman, and I have the incredible honor of introducing the Audrey Mirth. You may know Audrey as the girl who moved to Germany just to return to Memphis a couple of years later, or the one who attempted to start a club called Donuts with God in 7th grade. Or perhaps you know her as the Tatler reporter who wrote an entire article analyzing the Twilight Saga. And while I am proud to know Audrey as all of these things, I am especially proud to say I know her also as my friend. I am honored to know firsthand how incredibly and excessively kind, selfless, and giving she is, and how she truly has one of the best laughs I have ever heard. The best way I can sum Audrey up is that she is just a genuinely good human being. I truly hope you can all get to know her through her speech today, because you will be a much better person for it. So please, give it up for Audrey Jewel Mirth.
When I first learned that my family and I would be moving across oceans to live in Europe for my father's work, one vision flickered in my mind. A girl on a mission, I would most definitely take several day trips to Paris. I would grace the hall of the Louvre, snack on upscale French bakery treats, promenade at the Tuileries Garden, and dare to dance in the halls of Versailles, all accompanied by my mysterious French boyfriend, Franz, who never seemed to ask many questions. While some parts of my vision became more true than others over those 2 years I lived in Germany, I can assuredly say that some moments of my European dream were more full of personal growth than others. One of these areas of personal growth has been my journey with the German language. I can remember vividly my first few weeks in Germany, desperately jumbling together vocabulary from Duolingo and Rosetta Stone and making some pretty embarrassing mistakes. Particularly, I remember the time when my new German friend told me her sister was having a baby, and I, having just learned the German words for, I want to give the baby a, followed this phrase with the English word gift, since I hadn't yet learned the German equivalent, and the word sounded German enough. Well, I was right, gift is a German word, and after a horrifying look and small step back from my new friend, I learned that gift is in fact the German word for poison. The next 5 minutes trying to explain that I did not want to give her sister's baby poison were delightful. I also remember a time when a stranger knocked on our door, quickly speaking some European language I once again did not know, mixed in with broken German. I promptly told him in every language that I knew how that I only spoke English, but this did not stop him from getting his message across. The stranger proceeded to frantically look past me in the doorway as though he was searching for something, and dramatically pointed and waved when my dog walked from our living room to the kitchen. Then he began rubbing his fingers together to symbolize money and started making strange animal noises at me. After about 10 minutes of repeating this process, the man had worked himself into a sweat, and I had gathered from these grand gestures and broken words that this man was going to forcibly take and sell my beloved dog Sheila. Genuinely terrified for Sheila, I called my German friend's mom, who from my description advised me to call the police, which I did. So when 2 police officers and all of my neighbors came to my front doorstep to understand the commotion, I worryingly described the animal man's weird actions and became even more stressed when I was unexpectedly met with laughter. Audrey, don't you know the charity for feeding the circus animals comes into town every year asking for donations? He was probably trying to relate your dog to the circus animals. Well, no, Inga, I did not know this, and thank you for telling me in advance. All jokes aside, some aspects of living abroad included more personal growth in facing challenges I didn't even know could exist in my circumstances. Germany and many other European countries don't have laws making discrimination in finding a job, renting a house, or shops denying you services illegal. My family first found this out when we were denied rent on several occasions because German homeowners thought we would just cause too much of a ruckus or simply did not want money from an American. This experience was hard to comprehend, not only because I had never been in a situation where people denied me something solely based on their preconceptions, but also because we really did need to find a place to live. On another occasion, I met another one of my German friends, Carolyn, for coffee. Carolyn was my very best friend in Germany since she lived only 2 minutes away from my house and her entire family spoke perfect English. So I knew she would be honest with me when I asked her questions about German culture. As I spotted Carolyn and sat down, the waiter brought Carolyn's coffee. Seeing that the waiter noticed me and was already at our table, I began to say my practice words to order. The The waiter promptly walked away and did not acknowledge me. Frustrated at the waiter, I asked, "Why are the Germans sometimes so cold to me? It's not as if they should have the same issues with me that they have with the refugees. I'm close to the ideal expat. I speak German, I'm interested in German culture, and I make sure to respect customs. What is the deal?" Carolyn replied in a sheepish tone, "Well, it's because to them, you are just like the refugees." My face turned from a slight smile to a blank glaze. Feelings of embarrassment and confusion blurred into rage and defensiveness. I was not prepared for such an answer and was certainly not immune to its implications. The waiter never returned to the table, and I never got any coffee. That night, my family took a cab to a new Asian restaurant. Opening the cab door, the Persian driver greeted us in German. However, he noticed our accents and asked if we wanted to speak English. We were delightfully surprised. Speaking with him, the topic landed on how he was grateful to leave the dangers of Iran, even though Germans did not accept him. In fact, he was so taken that someone was willing to listen to him that he gave us the ride for free, ensuring lasting friendship. Thinking back to what had so bluntly shaken me that morning, maybe a refugee was not the worst thing to be called. If it meant being generous, empathetic, tolerant, and fearless, then no, this could not be the case. Maybe neither the Germans nor the refugees were the ones to criticize here, but assuredly, I was the person who was supposed to learn from them. Moving forward, I appreciated Carolyn's bravery and what she said that morning, and her words had made those who were kind to me, German and foreigner, extraordinary. There are often immovable circumstances that change the visions we have for our lives. And as soon-to-be adults, it is easy to become disheartened. However, we can find comfort in that these circumstances, although they come in many different forms, are not rare. One thing that has helped me reconcile was a film I recently saw, a film about superseding a community's expectations for an outsider in Europe, a film that captures the shortcomings and beauty of a society. You can probably already guess it, Ratatouille. So I leave you with Chef Cousteau's wise words. You must be imaginative, strong-hearted. You must try things that may not work, and you must not let anyone define your limits because of where you are from. Your only limit is your soul. Let us endeavor to persevere. Thank you.